Hello, beautiful people. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome back to the IURW community. If you are new here, my name is April Harris, and I am the founder of IURW, Intentional, Unapologetic, Rooted Woman. And here at this community, we are people who are committed to becoming intentional, unapologetic, and rooted in who we are created to be. Yeah, I'm going to say it that way. Today I want to ask y'all a question, but just like any other time, I would like to read from my book. This is my book. I am the author of it, and it's called Finding Her Breath. And it can be found on Amazon. Okay? It can be found on Amazon. I'll link it one day. Until then, let's flip and let's read. Flip and read. The act of writing down your intentions is a powerful way to solidify them. The physical act of inscription lends them a tangible form, making them more real and memorable. This could be in a dedicated journal, a planner, or even a digital document. Okay. So, shamelessly, I am going to plug, just like you can find this on Amazon, I got journals for you too. Because some people don't need a coach. Some people just need a reason to sit in a quiet space and focus on them. And for that reason, I have created this journal. It's called Self-Care Journaling and Planning. And inside, there are prompts to help you get focused. And it's a 7-day thing. I need you to understand that there's something in here for every single day, from Monday to Sunday. And you ain't got to do the whole page on one day if you don't have the time. You could just take 5 minutes. Listen, you got to start. Crawl before you walk. Start somewhere. 5 minutes a day is time spent intentionally on you, which is time well worth it. In the bathroom, somewhere where you're not doing nothing for nobody else but yourself. You can find it on Amazon. Okay. Then we have this journal. Hold up, I'm coming back. We have this journal. Trauma and Therapy Self-Love Journal. Prompts, guides, affirmations. Amazon. And because it's a full moon, because I am a moon girly, because I'm here to bring you the truth. Honorable mention. Use the cycle of the moon to your advantage. You can find this on Amazon as well. In this book, you will find the moon cycle and things that it can be used for, and space for you to journal what you want to take advantage of that moon cycle to do for you. Again, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Spend it on yourself. Well worth it. All right, back to the point at hand. Today I want to ask you a question, okay? And the question is, who are you when your trauma isn't making the decisions for you? I want you to take a moment and really think about that question. Who are you when your trauma is not making the decisions for you anymore? Do you have a clue who that is? Because many of us have spent so much time in our lives, you understand, surviving, that we don't even know who we are outside of survival. Some of us become people pleasers because it's safer. At least we feel like that. We feel like we kept us safe. Some of us become overachievers because success feels sometimes to a distorted mind and felt like protection. And I say distorted with my chest poked out because we're going to get to that. You're in survival mode. You're not really the person, the being that you were created to be. Remind you. Some learn to stay quiet because speaking up brings consequences. Yeah. Some become the caretaker because everyone else needs always came before their own. Over time, those survival strategies stopped feeling like strategies. They started feeling like your personality. Start showing up as your character. But it's not. They're not. They're adaptations. And adaptations are not identities. There is a version of you beneath the fear, the anxiety, the guilt, the hyper independence, beneath the need to constantly prove yourself. That version of you has always been there. Healing isn't about becoming someone new. I said it again. Healing is not about creating something that's not already there. It's not about becoming some new person. No, it's not. It's about removing everything that convinced you that you had to abandon yourself just to survive. Yep. One of the hardest parts of healing is realizing that the people around you may only know the survival version of you. Yep. And one of the harder parts of that is like recognizing that the people that you thought could see you for who you really are really can only see the survivor, the people pleaser, the person ridden with guilt. Yeah. I'm going to tell you something though. When you start setting boundaries, when you stop apologizing for existing, when you stop rescuing everybody, I gotta help so and so because they need me. We talked about that about 4 conversations ago. Some people will say that you have changed, and they're right. You have, but not in the way they think. Nope. You're not becoming somebody different. Absolutely not. You're becoming somebody more honest. You know, we talked about this. You being honest with you about you. That's important in healing. You don't need an audience. This is a solo dolo journey. We talked about that too. Because you are returning to yourself. That's why healing can feel lonely at first. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're no longer performing a role that kept everybody else around you comfortable. You have no desire to. Unapologetically. I want you to remember something. You do not owe anyone the version of yourself that was born out of pain. You owe yourself the opportunity to discover who you are when peace becomes your normal. I'll say that again. You owe yourself the opportunity to discover who you are when peace becomes your normal. So today, I got 3 questions. Before we get to the 3 questions, I'm going to get to the other book because, yeah, you know how we do. So for those of you who don't know, this is called People Skills. That's what the name of this book is. This is called People Skills. And I did get this book off of TikTok Shop. I don't know if any of y'all on TikTok. If not, maybe you can find it on Amazon. But it's Master the Art of Connection. Unlock every door to success. Connection equals success. Master people skill. Master your life. I'm going to flip, just like I do with my own book. I'm going to flip, pick. Better to lose a group than one person. When your business succeeds and you wish to reward friends and family, remember this. Either invite everyone equally, sharing the joy with all, great joy, or invite none at all. Treating everyone equally without bias. Then there's an insight analysis. Giving back to loved ones is a noble act, but mishandled, it breeds trouble. Inviting some while excluding others risks gratitude from the invited and resentment from the excluded. Though it costs more to treat everyone equally, it buys harmony. True impartiality avoids accusations of favoritism. Advanced advice, it says. It has two things. One, handling forgotten guests gracefully. And two, handle a missing gift gracefully. We're going to skip down to a single sentence mantra. And if you want to hear those two things, let me know. I'll shoot back on you and I'll share it. Whatever. A crowd may be distant, but never let anyone become an island in the midst of merriment, festive gatherings. The sweetness of community, they say, while favoritism is a person that wounds. Leave an extra measure of warmth, lest the cold night corrode the heart. I'm not going to say I disagree with that. What I am going to say, it kind of like goes along with whatever. Because at the end of the day, listen, what I heard that page say is treat everybody equally. And I agree. Yes, treat everybody outside of you equally. Because when you healing, it ain't about nobody else. Unapologetically, you might have to shut the whole world off to go within. And you need to be okay with that. Everybody is being treated equally. You are the person that's excluded. You exclude yourself. Do yourself a favor. Stay at home. Give yourself 5 minutes. Shit. If you don't go, you got an hour at least to focus on you. And I'm not talking about no skin care routine. I'm talking about get a pen and a piece of paper, a journal preferably, dedicated to this, your healing journey. And write to you. Be honest with you about you. All by yourself. Don't use the distraction. Don't go to the gathering where people will be talking about nonsense. And yes, it's nonsense because it might mean something to somebody, but if you're not healed, it can't mean nothing to you. It's impossible. It's a mask. Yeah, so back to the questions at hand. I have 3 questions. What part of your personality is actually a survival strategy? What part of your personality is actually a survival strategy? Who might you become if fear no longer had the final say? Who might you become if fear no longer had the final say? And the last question is, what is one small decision you can make this week that honors your authentic self instead of your survival self? Just one thing. I want you to put that one thing in the comments, if you will. What is one small decision you can make this week within the next 7 days that honors your authentic self instead of the survival self, the person you put on before you walk out the door and deal with the world? That's the survival you, in case you didn't know. I want you to write your answers down. I want you to sit with them. I want you to pray over them. You can meditate over them. If you like a little razzle dazzle, you can do a little sprinkle over them too. I'm just saying, that's another topic. I digress. However, shameless plug, I'm just going to let you know this right now. If you do know a little sprinkle like a little razzle dazzle, this will help you get right there with that one small little thing. I'm just saying. It's a full moon tonight. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Pray over them. Razzle dazzle. Little candle or something. You know what I'm saying? Write it down, though. Get it on paper. Because I want you to know, awareness, okay, is where transformation begins. You got to sit with you and be honest about you to you. I want to thank y'all for spending time with me today. And I wanted to say this. If this conversation spoke to you in any way, leave it in the comments. Matter of fact, leave this in the comments. I'm coming home to myself. I am coming home to myself. I am, and we're gonna talk about that. Matter of fact, let's talk about the power of I am right now. You want to do that real quick before we get off here? Because I wrote about that in my book. Here we go. Another powerful method is to articulate your intentions through I am statements. These are not declarations of current reality, but rather affirmations of the state of being you are actively cultivating. For instance, instead of wishing for more confidence, you might set the intention, I am approaching new challenges with courage and resilience. This statement anchors your intention and your identity. Subtly, and I told you I need glasses, judge your mother. Subtly influencing your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors to align with this self-perception. You see yourself that way. You've already declared it because you said it out your mouth. You write it down, it's even more powerful, but I digress. And that's how your subconscious gonna move. I told my niece this earlier, stop saying you broke because you're gonna forever be there. Every time you say it, it grieves my soul. Stop saying it. You keep talking about how you want all these things, but at the end, tell her, you say, girl, please stop saying it to me. Sometimes you don't know what to say. I get it. Hit me up. I'll give you some things you can say. I sure will, with no problems. It's a way of embodying the future you desire, drawing it closer through the power of focused intent. So, if this message spoke to you in any kind of way, please in the comments, I want you to leave, I am coming home to myself. And share this video with someone who has forgotten who they are beneath their pain. And if you're ready to continue this healing journey together, subscribe and become a part of the IURW community. Because I'm here for you, baby. And please remember, be intentional, be unapologetic, stay rooted. Stay rooted in the person you were created to be. And I'll see you the next conversation. See y'all later.